The future of Silent Hill is looking brighter than ever. The oppressive fog that the Silent Hill series has been known for seems to be lifting in a big way, as the franchise is celebrating a record-breaking sales milestone that is both Konami and developer Bloober Team ecstatic and optimistic for the future of the Silent Hill franchise. We're diving into this sales milestone, including what's on the horizon for future Silent Hill projects, and Bloober Team's potential further involvement in the series. So if you're interested in keeping up with what's currently going on with this iconic survival horror franchise, you're not gonna want to miss this update. Also, curb stomp that like button if you are enjoying Silent Hill 2 Remake, and let us all know in the comments what you love most about it. As for me, this remake was more than worth the wait, and I think Bloober Team definitely proved to us that they were certainly capable of pulling something like this off, and from what we're about to go over, it looks like they're in a position to remake even more games from this historic franchise. Silent Hill 2 Remake has officially sold over 1 million copies within 3 days of its release, making this Silent Hill game the fastest selling entry in this 25-year-old franchise. It is an incredible accomplishment for both Konami and Bloober Team, as this game had the near impossible task of remaking what many fans thought and still think is one of the most important games ever made, if not one of the most defining games of the survival horror genre. Bloober Team absolutely nailed this one, and their accomplishments are all the more satisfying considering all the criticism that surrounded this remake since its announcement in 2022. Not saying that all the criticism was unjustified, mind you, but I mean, come on. This sales milestone this franchise has accomplished thanks to the success of this remake is something we should all be celebrating, right? This franchise hasn't been in the best shape for the better part of a decade, so this remake finally puts the franchise where it ought to have been. So hats off to both Konami and Bloober Team for their accomplishments with this one. Back in 2001, when the original Silent Hill 2 released, it took a full month for that game to sell 1 million copies, and with the franchise in its totality, including north of a dozen games having sold just shy of 10 million copies combined, this Silent Hill 2 remake is not only greatly strengthening the series' overall sales figures, but it is also generating a ton of interest in the series, as both returning Silent Hill fans and new ones alike are celebrating one of this year's best received games. Currently sitting at a very respectable 86 on Metacritic with an incredibly good player score, developer Bloober Team has suggested that the studio is leaving the door open to developing more Silent Hill games should the opportunity present itself. In an interview with IGN, Bloober Team director and designer told IGN that the team is open to new opportunities, including making more remakes in the franchise or new Silent Hill games altogether, with, quote, "I think we are always open. If we like the opportunity, we'll take it." The director continued with, "There are opportunities that you have to seize. Like Silent Hill 2, you can remake the legend, so yeah, I do believe that everything's possible." We previously reported that publisher Konami ultimately has the reins to the franchise, and that Bloober Team has to, at the very least, get the okay from them should they proceed with further entries in the series. But considering the incredible, record-breaking success of this remake thus far, Konami has to be happy with the sales of this game and what it's done to the franchise, right? As stated by Konami in their fiscal year 2023 report, the idea of multiple remakes was hinted at when they mentioned how they were committed to strengthening the presence of the Silent Hill series, when they stated, quote, "as well as remakes and completely new entries in the Silent Hill series," end quote. With the CEO of Bloober Team himself recently stating, "You can expect that this is not the end of the adventure with Konami," you could say it's all adding up to an inevitability that we'll see Bloober Team helm more Silent Hill projects in the future, but I'll refrain from confirming that it will happen outright since there's no evidence of such activity yet. As likely as it all seems though, Bloober Team is actually working on another game right now that is slated to be released next year in 2025 in their upcoming sci-fi survival horror game, Chronos: The New Dawn. In an interview with GameSpot, the director of Bloober Team's upcoming game discussed that the team is striving forward with renewed confidence in their next game after delivering on the difficult task of remaking Silent Hill 2. "Nobody believed we could deliver, and we delivered," remarked the director of Chronos: The New Dawn. That was a big honor that we, as Bloober, could work with Silent Hill and Konami. As horror creators, we love Silent Hill, like I think most horror fans do. It was tough for those couple of years before Silent Hill 2's release. Team Silent made it, we made it, Bloober made it, and now it's very good spirits inside the studio. We want to show what we can do on our own, how we can evolve our ideas. For those unaware, Bloober Team has multiple teams within the studio working on different projects, with one team dedicated to the Silent Hill 2 remake, along with the other teams working on other ones, such as the upcoming Chronos, The New Dawn. As such, the director praised his fellow developers within Bloober who worked on the Silent Hill 2 remake with, "They created a legendary game. They made the impossible possible, and it was a bumpy road because of all the hate on the internet. The pressure was big on them, and they delivered, and for the company, it's an amazing moment." As for the future of Bloober Team, the director reiterated the goals for the company by stating, "We want to be a horror company. We want to find our niche, and we think we found our niche, so now let's evolve with it." And how that happens is more complex, but it also happens organically in a way. Like with Layers of Fear, people in the studio were like, "Okay, we made some shitty games before, but we can evolve." I think it's pretty funny that this man openly remarked that the studio put out some, quote, shitty games, but that he hopes the studio, with the success of Silent Hill 2 Remake, can change its reputation from an average studio known for its survival horror titles to a studio that is highly celebrated. Either way, Bloober Team have absolutely proven that they are capable of remaking well-loved classics like Silent Hill 2, so let's hope that we see more Silent Hill games from them in the future, and I personally think that their upcoming Chronos game looks quite compelling. It looks like a blend between the Callisto Protocol, Dead Space, and Silent Hill, and I hope that Bloober is able to deliver with this new IP, but let me know in the comments what you think about their upcoming game and if you think it looks good. So yeah, Silent Hill 2 Remake is absolutely killing it, and I am sure that over the coming weeks, months, and years, this remake will end up selling millions of units, not only making it the most successful game in the franchise, but further generating interest in this iconic series. As for the future titles of Silent Hill, the mysterious Silent Hill Townfall is set to be the first chapter in an anthology series, and Silent Hill F is taking the franchise back in time to a historical 1960s setting in Japan. And while these two games don't yet have any release dates, let's hope that they cook, and I mean really cook, so that they can match the kind of quality we got here with the Silent Hill 2 remake. Now, out of the two, I'm a bit more interested in Silent Hill F, not just because we know a little bit more about it, but I think its setting is really unique for the franchise. But sound off in the comments which Silent Hill game you are most looking forward to. Due to the success of Silent Hill 2 Remake, we are seeing peak demand for more remakes in the series, and whether or not Bloober Team may be given the reins to potential further remakes, which Silent Hill remake would you like to see next? As for me, I definitely would like to see the first game get a proper remake, followed up by Silent Hill 3, as the story continuity between the two makes it the most obvious choice, outside of the fact that fans largely really enjoyed both 1 and 3, but man, I've got a lot of love for Silent Hill 4 The Room as well. The ultimate love letter to fans of the franchise would be to see the first 4 Silent Hill games get remakes, but chime in the comments which games you'd like to see get remade next, and follow me over in this video where we go over the complete history of Resident Evil 9 and its leaks and rumors. That's all I got for you in this one. I'll be seeing you all real soon in the next one.